duo that you know. We back in the building, man. What's going on, bro?
Got it. What's up, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling, you know. Doing a little something different today.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this will be a first.
Yeah. This will be the first time we do a movie review.
Movie review, man. Was it highly anticipated? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
But Coming to America, I'll say I remember seeing like posts about a sequel like years ago, and you could tell it was just like some nonsense because it had like Kevin Hart and all these different people. Like, what? Like, they doing that? Like, what? Like, nah, that ain't real. That can't be real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Had people in there that didn't even get along really.
Right. Then this just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think anybody really asked for it. I mean, if it's something that you get, then great. And, you know, with the way everything is now, with just, you know, primarily streaming, you really can't go to the theaters, you know, due to the pandemic and everything. So, like, you know, this is what we have. And, you know, it just released on Amazon Prime, which everybody has. If you don't have it, your cousins got it, or your moms or your grandmoms got it. So everybody can watch it. It's free. So I'm going to say right here and now, I'm going to spoil it in this review. Because you've seen it.
All right,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
Spoiler alert.
You're seeing it. Nobody had to pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody's paying for Amazon Prime, or you viewing somebody else's Prime account. So, like, I'm going to spoil it.
Yeah. You know what? That's funny, too, because, like, a lot of people were saying that, like, yo, there's not even any kind of additional charge for this. Like, we just watch it?
Nope. Just watch it.
Like,
just
what?
watch it. So just watch it with that. So just jump right into it, though. So off of that fact right there, the fact that you didn't have to pay anything additional, do you think it was worth it? Do you think it was worth the watch for you?
For free content?
Yep.
Am I taking that into account?
Yeah.
For free content.
For free content.
It was enjoyable. Can I use that word? I agree. It was enjoyable for free content. Do I regret sitting there watching that movie? No, not at the heart of it. Not, you know, just for what it is.
Right.
Just a free movie that I didn't have to pay anything extra for. I enjoyed it for that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm with you on that.
I can say that. I can honestly say that.
I'm with you on that. So I'm like, for us, right? Well, I think anybody that was initially excited to see this movie is in this age range.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Because you saw Coming to America. You know, Coming to America, to me, is one of the funniest movies of all time.
Definitely, easily top 5.
It's definitely one of Eddie Murphy's funniest movies of all time. You know what I mean? You got Coming to America, you got Harlem Nights, you got Life, you can throw Trading Places in there, you can throw in Beverly Hills Cop.
Right.
1 or 2. Not really 3, even though 3 got its moments for me. You know what I mean?
3 had its moments.
You got those movies, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are classic, hilarious movies. And yes, I think with this whole thing about, you know, should they do sequels? You know what I mean? Like, if it's great, it's a gem, just leave it alone. I don't really feel like this movie was a sequel. You know what I mean? Like, I almost felt like it almost came off as a spoof to the original movie to me. You know what I'm saying? It really did. And I'll say, like, the reason why I felt like a spoof, because it was very scary movie-ish to me, like some of the stuff that was happening. And I'll just say, like
you can
one
tell it didn't really
part.
take itself seriously at any point. It didn't take itself seriously as its own story. It just, you know, it relied on a lot of callbacks.
100%. And I
relied on a lot
respect
of retelling of jokes.
I respect that. I appreciate that. But, like, there was one part in particular where I was like, okay, this is a spoof. And this was, you know, Wesley Snipes' character, the general. He's coming out doing the gangster lean dance and stuff.
Yo,
and
I'm sorry. I thought he was funny, yo. I thought Wesley Snipes.
He was funny. But when they showed his camp, right? So I'm like, okay, he's the villain. He's a general. Like, he's going to take over Zamunda. He's the villain, you know what I'm saying? And they show his army and they out in the yard with shake weights and they on the little arcade dance machine. So I was like, why would they be doing that?
Right.
So I'm like, I'm looking at it way too serious. Because you look at the original, the thing that shined about the original was that it was funny because, you know, outside of the whole thing, like, yeah, let's travel to Queens and find a bride. All the stuff that was pretty much happening in Queens could happen. If you went into a barbershop, like that kind of talk is going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like you hear that. Like when they was, you know, trying to find a chick and they was in the club, you know what I mean? Like some of that stuff would happen. You know what I mean? Like it made sense. So it was funny in that. It was funny seeing Eddie Murphy play all these other different characters. But we seen him do it, you know, time and time after that one. So it just didn't hit as hard with this movie. You know what I mean?
Nothing about it was new except for the more slapstick angle that they took with a lot of the characters. Like,
which wasn't in that movie. Which wasn't in the original.
This was Coming to America meets Naked Gun. You know what I mean?
That's like, funny, yo.
It was like,
but Naked Gun was funny. You know what? You know why Naked Gun was funny though? Because that's what it was right from the start. They let you know right off rip, like, yo, you know, even just the intro, like, you know what I mean? It was all slapstick.
You already knew what time it was. This is a straight up,
that's
straight up
funny,
yo. You know,
that's funny. That's funny. I think what I liked the most about the movie probably was the costumes, because it was the same lady. It was Ruth Carter, right? That's her name. Yeah. So from Black Panther and stuff, like the outfits they had on, especially especially his daughters, Prince Akeem's his daughters in there. Oh, they looked amazing for what they had on. Like that was incredible.
Yeah, the costume designs definitely were on point. And the atmosphere was on point as well. But but you could tell there was a very minimal budget at the end of the day. Even though they managed to grab all these different actors that I did not see coming. Like I did not see what's my man name? Morgan Freeman. I did not see Morgan Freeman. I was about to say, don't say Morgan Freeman. I didn't see that either. I did not see Morgan Freeman being in this.
I mean, they grabbed everybody, dude. This Gladys Knight was in it.
Yeah.
They brought out Gladys Knight, Salt and
looking
Pepper.
as unrecognizable as possible. I couldn't tell who was who.
No, I was like, is that the actual En Vogue? Like I'm looking like, okay.
Because I'm looking for the tall, light-skinned one, and I couldn't pick her out from
I
any
think
of
they
those.
changed that group up a couple of times.
Had to have.
Yeah, I think they changed a couple of times.
They did Salt and Pepper without Spinderella.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. They did that to her before, not too long recently. Man. Recently, they did that to her. But you know what? Just that scene. And that scene went on a long time, man.
Yeah, it did.
It went on a long time. And then, to give James Earl Jones a send-off and stuff. Like, all right, like, okay. Like, man, this is taking forever. Like, let's get to what's going on.
What's the plot? Yeah, what's the plot of this?
It's funny because I think it kind of suffers because it tried to be the exact same movie. They even bought out, which one part I thought was really weird that like threw me way off, is that they put Tiana Taylor in the movie. And when they first showed her character, she kind of came off as like this aggressive, like.
Yeah. She ended up being the same character as the hopping, barking chick.
Yeah. And they even brought her back.
Yeah.
Brought her back.
And she was still hopping and barking. That's hilarious.
Still hopping around. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. And then they somehow managed to find the rapping twins from the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, brought them out. So it was just, I don't know, man. The whole thing with the sequels, I'm like, I think sequels are great. If the first movie is really, really good, if you're going to do a sequel, you can't let that movie become legendary before you make a sequel. You know what I mean? Like, it's just way too long. You know what I mean? Like, either just don't do it. If 20 years go by, just don't do it. Because the movie is legend at that point. And you're not going to be able to make that, you're not going to be able to fill that shoes. But I'm like,
I feel like you shouldn't have a sequel unless the sequel was in the plan from the beginning. I feel like if you're gonna come out with a movie, then that plan should be put together already. Hey, if we decide to do another one, then let's let the first one set up the next one at some point, or kind of lay some kind of groundwork to build a world so that people want to come back to that world and experience more of it. Not have it like Coming to America was final, like it was a open shut case. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no more story that needed to be told here. You know what I'm saying? For me,
right?
We learned everything that we needed to learn about these characters. We watched the growth. You know what I mean? And mission accomplished. He married the the love of his life, whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Boom. That should have been end of story. You know what I mean? There's no more to tell here. If you're gonna have a sequel, I think that you should have it. That should be already in the plan when you go with the first one. That should be part of the plan.
I don't know.
Then it's more organic that way.
Well, I watched it was not too long ago, this incredible like interview, like documentary type thing with Schwarzenegger going over his movies. Right. And when they got to the Terminator, he was saying like they did not think that the Terminator was going to pop off. They did not think that movie was going to pop off like it did, because it was like, it was a bunch of other movies that was like The Eradicator and The Vindicator and all these, straight to video type movies. Like they just thought it was just going to be another, tough guy film, and he was like, it did like 800,000 in the first week or whatever it did. That was like a huge deal. And like then the next week it was doing more and more and more and more. Like they didn't expect that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, when they did a sequel, I think the thing that helped Terminator 2 out, because I think that's the best one out of all those movies. That is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Hands down.
But like
hands down.
Like they told a great story, but technology advanced in that time between the first one and the second one. What they did with the T-1000, they couldn't do in the first Terminator. That tech didn't exist for them to be able to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when you look at like this, like Coming to America, like everything that was done in that movie, could have been done, like they didn't have to wait 30 years to do that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have done it 2 years later.
Right then and there.
Yeah. So I got to disagree about like it got to be already set, because they don't know.
I think
if it flops, be like, nah, we ain't gonna make another one.
I think that's an exception, right? Because even still with Terminator 1, even though they didn't have a sequel in mind, like that, there was a world that they kind of built. They developed a world, like they created a world that people still had more questions about, because they just kind of just touched on Skynet and where he came from and all that. Like they just glazed over that stuff. They really didn't even touch on it too much. All you were really concerned about was the imminent threat, this robot dude following you, and trying to kill you. Like that was the movie, right? So that left room for them to expand on it. And then plus with 2, that was that you could have took that movie and separated it from 1, called it something else, and it would have still popped the way it popped, because it was its own story. It was its own great story. Yeah. You know what I mean? That didn't even rely on what happened in, Terminator 1 too much. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of an exception.
So at the end of Coming to America, if they would have been like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, do you want to see like what happens in Zamunda? Would you be interested in seeing Prince Akeem's life with his wife once he got back home? Later on, and he becomes king and has children. Like, is that a story that you would have been interested in? If that would have been like a those after credit scenes that they do in the Marvel movies now. No. Like, would have came off as being interesting, something that you would have wanted to check out?
No.
No?
No.
Damn. Savagery.
Not at all.
Like, close the book, it's over. Like, I don't need to know nothing else about them cats. All right.
If they had planted seeds to where there was, a scene where there was kind of like a one night stand situation, and there was something that was kind of he was unsure about, but at the end they kind of left it open ended.
Yeah,
then I'd have been like, okay, I need to know more about this.
Yo, how they just throw that in there like that? Like, yo,
right,
you don't have a
right.
son. You know what I'm saying? They gonna come for the throne. They gonna kill you. Like, you need a male heir because the females can't do it, and you just so happen to have a son. And like, they never talked about
Let's shoehorn a plot in here.
Him being with, and this other. I love Leslie Jones. I think she's hilarious.
I don't.
You say you don't?
Nah.
What?
I don't like
you never
nothing
seen her
about
stand
her.
up?
Don't like nothing about her.
Nah, she's hilarious. She's funny as shit to me.
I don't like anything about her.
She's funny as shit to me. Right. But I mean, she was real and I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, dude, she's like super over the top animated in this shit.
Yeah.
But I had just saw that it was either co-written or somebody who did Girls Trip worked on this movie. Then I was like, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. The Tiffany Haddish character then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense for that character to be that way and everything. But yeah, for them to throw that in there, and then they gave Eddie the CG face when she was in there, like, yo.
Yo, I forgot all about that, man.
They gave him the CG face, yo, like on the flashback.
Yeah, they gave him the Marvel magic.
Yeah. They gave him the Nick Fury CG face, right?
Yeah, because his eyes were like shifting. Like,
I was like, what's going on? I was like, yo, that's the CG face.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. They just throw that in there. It was just,
that should look bad.
It did look pretty bad.
That should look bad. It looked like the app on your phone and shit. I don't even know what that app is called.
Oh yeah, everybody doing that shit. Yeah,
that's what that should look like.
It did look pretty bad. They did throw in the whole, like woman empowerment moment in it, but I thought they did it. I thought it was well done. That's one part of the movie that I thought was well done.
Because I thought that shit was well earned.
Right,
as opposed to like daughter just being
just in your face, like, here, just take it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I feel you. And that was I'm mad because I don't know her name, and we just watched that movie that she was in. That's pretty sure it's still on Netflix.
The Old Guard.
Yeah.
The Old Guard. I didn't even realize while I was watching it that's where she was from.
All right. So look, just overall, right? If out of 5, if we went stars,
okay,
what would you give it?
Let's get a solid 2. I give it a solid 2.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It gets a solid 2.
I'm with you on that. 2 and I'll get a 2.5. I'll get a 2.5.
You gonna give
it a strong 2.5 because if it gets to the point where I'm chilling in a room and I'm going through the channel guide and it's on, I'll probably watch it.
You'll rewatch it.
If I'm not gonna look for it. But if I just happen to be going through and I go through like 10 channels, and it's number 8, and then the next 2 ain't nothing that I'd rather watch, I will go back and watch it. Put it that way.
I'm gonna turn on the game.
Damn.
I'm never gonna watch this movie again.
You gonna play Demon Souls?
Yeah, I'd rather. No, right. I wouldn't. I'm lying. but I'm definitely not watching this again.
Damn.
This is not getting a rewatch.
Okay, that's all right because and I don't care what y'all say. I'm not rewatching WandaVision either. So. that was a one and done for me. What y'all think in the comments, man? What y'all think? Did y'all watch Coming to America?
If you didn't, watch this instead. This is more enjoyable.
Damn. Man, come on, it's Eddie Murphy in Arsenio Hall, bro.
Nah. You definitely got to show the OG support, man. Get out there and watch
Tracy
that
Morgan
movie.
in there.
You got to watch that movie just to show the OG support, man.
Yeah, check it out, man.
I just really feel like he's gone the way of Adam Sandler at this point.
I mean, he's old, man. He's old. He's got his older children. You know what I'm saying? He's a father,
right.
and
he's making a lot of
other people on.
Stuff.
You know what I mean? Jay-Z can't talk about the streets no more.
Nah, he still manages to do it though.
Yeah, it don't come off the same note, man.
I don't know, man.
Dude. You're a billionaire mogul. You're a billionaire mogul. You ain't been standing out no street nowhere in a long
Scorpion
time.
Bricks before Aubrey dropped the double disc. Yeah, listen. He still got bars, bro. He still got bars. But
he does.
Yo, so jump down in that comment section, man. Let us know how y'all felt about the movie, man. Did y'all like it? What's your rating 5 out of 5? You know what I mean?
Put that in the comments, man.
In the comment section, put your rating out of 5.
Yeah.
Talk to us. We always talk back. Hit that like, hit that comment, put that comment up, hit that subscribe button, man. Also hit that notification bell, man, so you get notified whenever we drop new content. All right?
All right.
Without you, there are no two. We out of here.